Good morning. This past Sunday, we talked about the resurrection of Jesus Christ and the pathway it creates for new life that we can all experience. The Bible teaches us that after the resurrection, 40 days transpired before the ascension of Christ. And during that period, he appeared to his disciples on several occasions. In John chapter 21, it records one of those occasions where Peter and a number of the disciples decided to go fishing. They fished all night, didn't catch anything. And as they were coming back to the shore, Jesus was waiting for them, although they didn't know that it was the Lord. And he asked them if they had caught anything, and they replied, no. He instructed them to cast their net on the right side of the boat, and they would find some fish, which they did, and they got a great haul. I was thinking about this, that as they were waiting in that 40-day period and Peter and the disciples decided to go fishing, let's remember that prior to them being called to be a disciple, they were fishermen. So they went back to what they were familiar with, what they were comfortable doing. And though that phrase, being comfortable, familiar, I thought about how we tend to have our devotions that way. Our time alone with God tends to be at a time when we're comfortable. We tend to fall into a routine about that. But we can be in a routine, and meaning we can be daily spending time reading our Bible and praying. But that doesn't mean that we're going to be blessed. The key to our time being blessed, our time alone with God specifically, is two things. The Lord has got to speak, and we've got to listen and obey. In other words, in our daily routine of life, the key to truly being blessed, in our time alone especially, we can have a routine of reading our Bible, we can have a routine of how we pray and all that. And all of that is fine, but it doesn't really become blessed. We're not blessed until two things happen. We experience God's voice. We hear the voice of the Lord. Jesus said, my disciples know my voice. So when we read our Bible, the greatest desire is for God to speak through his word. As we spend time in prayer, we want to hear in our spirit the very voice of God. But hearing God's voice, even that is not enough to be blessed. We've got to then obey whatever guidelines, whatever instruction, whatever direction God gives us. And by the way, when God speaks, it may not make sense. Because when he told the disciples to cast their net, it was already dawn. No experienced fisherman would cast his net out in dawn, because then the fish would easily see the net and avoid it. But because they obeyed, the blessing came. The key to you and I living a truly blessed life is hearing the voice of God. That's number one. And number two, following his instructions, obeying him. If we will do those two things, even in our daily routine of our devotional and our daily routine of life, we will truly be abundantly blessed. So I pray today that you and I will not only hear the voice of God, but that we will obey whatever direction he gives us, so that we will all be blessed by heaven above. God bless you. Have a great day and stay safe.